SEG1201. Let me start the presentation by introducing the group members. The group members include myself, Sarjit Kosandu, Sahat Nancy, and Angmi. Next. Table of content. This presentation will consist of scenario analysis, enhanced scenario, database design, implementation of database, and database query. Next.
So we're going to go on to the scenario analysis. Basically, I'm just going to explain a few notes on the original scenario that we have. So Sunny Housekeeping Service Company is a company that mainly deals with providing housekeeping services to its customers. It provides its customers with housekeeping services in which customers can have different house types, and the number of employees that will be employed in the houses will vary depending on how big the house is. This housekeeping services company keeps information about the house details, the customer details, such as customer first name, customer last name, customer phone number, and all. Keeps service details such as service hour, the employee who's performing the service, the house that the service is performed in, including other things. It also keeps information on the employee, such as the employee phone number, employee first name, employee last name, employee street, and among others. So this is basically a short scenario of what Sunny Housekeeping Service Company is all about. Next slide. So we're going to go on to the enhanced scenario. So as you can see, the enhanced scenario consists of an additional of two entities to the original scenario. These entities are equipment and agents. We think that that equipment and agent entities are very important to Sunny Housekeeping Company. This is because Sunny Housekeeping Company has to store data about the equipment that are used for different services in case equipments are broken, equipment are not working, and so that they could ensure that the services that are provided to the utmost care. The Sunny Housekeeping Company also needs the agents table. This is because Sunny Housekeeping Services gets its employees from different agents, and so we have the Sunny Housekeeping Services has to keep data on the agents, also on which employees are brought by which agents, and there more information about the agents. Next slide, please. So we're going to move on to the database design. So the database design, it just consists of how we're going to create our database. So as you can see from the entity relation diagram, we combined both the the original scenario and the additional two. So this is the entity relation diagram of the enhanced scenario, which consists of 6 entities. From here, we have the six entities as we can see on our ERD diagram, and this is how they are related. The customer table is related in the house table, such that one customer can have many houses, but then one house can only be owned by one customer. The house table is connected to the service table in such a way that one house can require many services. At the same time, one service can be provided to many houses. The service table and the equipment table are also linked in many to many, such that one service can require many equipment, but at the same time, one equipment can be used to provide many services. The service and the employee table are also many to many, as well as the equipment and the employee table relationship is also many to many. The employee and agents table are many to one in such a way that one agent can provide the company with many employees, but at the same time, one employee is only works under one agent. Next slide.
Moving on to the implementations of database. Here are the steps taken to create a table in SQL. The picture below shows the SQL statement used to create a house table. As we can see, there we create a table with the table name, followed by the data type of each data, and we even include the primary key, foreign key, constraints, and so on. Next, this is the table of agents. As we can see that we have the agent ID, agent first name, agent last name, and so on. Next, for the table of customer, as you can see, we have customer ID, customer first name, customer last name, and other data that is related to the customer table. Next, for the table of employee, we have the employee ID, employee first name, employee last name, employee genders, and so on. Next, for the table of equipments, we have the equipment's ID, equipment type, service ID, and so on. Followed by the table of house, we have the house ID, house type, house streets, and so on. Lastly, for the table of service, we have the service ID, date of use, house ID, and so on. Next.
Finally, database query. There are 5 different SQL select statements in this query. Next. Statement 1 focuses on determining the average agent commission of less than 25. As a result of this statement, we are able to conclude that the average agent commission is 28. Next. Statement 2 is about locating the house city that begins with the letter K. As a result, we are able to obtain 3 rows of data. Besides, this select statement also provides the house ID and the house type of the selected house. Next. Statement 3 is on employees whose salary ranges from 1,500 to 1,600. As results, we are able to obtain 4 employees. Moreover, we are able to know the employee's ID, gender, and salary from this statement. Next. Statement 4 focuses on determining which employee took the equipment. Furthermore, this statement also specifies how long she or he used the equipment. As a result, we are able to obtain 6 rows of the data. This select statement also provides the date of when the equipment is taken by an employee. Next. Lastly, statement 5 is about determining how much an employee earns with a certain number of service hours. Furthermore, this statement identifies the type of the house where the employee performed the service as well as the customer who owns the house. As a result, we are able to obtain 6 rows of data. This statement also provides the house type where the employee worked. For example, employee with the first name Susan earns 1,620 by working 8 hours in a condominium. This condominium is owned by the customer with last name Patrick. Next. That's all. Thank you.